On the surface, it was a fairy tale, a Hollywood actress marrying a prince, the world watching in awe. But behind the scenes, something was terribly wrong. As Meghan Markle stepped into St. George's Chapel, clutching her bouquet with quiet confidence, there was one look, just one, that said everything. Queen Elizabeth sat silently. No smile, no nod. Just blank, cold, watching. And now we know why. Because long before the first kiss on the palace steps, before Oprah, before the Netflix deal, before Meg exit, the Queen had already made up her mind. She didn't trust Meghan Markle, and she never would. It all started with a request. No, a demand. 3 months before the wedding, Prince Harry bypassed tradition and demanded a private meeting with the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby. Royal insiders were stunned. That was the Dean of Windsor's job. Protocol? Ignored. Centuries of custom? Tossed aside. The Queen? Furious. Why? Because in royal circles, this wasn't just a scheduling issue. It was a power move, and it came from Harry. But insiders believe this wasn't Harry's idea. This had Meghan's fingerprints all over it. Why else would a prince defy the Queen 3 months before his royal wedding? The Queen felt blindsided, her authority undermined in front of the entire Church of England. And Meghan hadn't even said, "I do." Next came the royal tea, a tradition dating back generations. Meghan was invited to Buckingham Palace for a private sit-down with the Queen. This was a big deal. Princess Diana never got one before her wedding. Kate did, Camilla did, and now Meghan. Everything was set. Bone china, Earl Grey, royal shortbread, and then the Queen asked one simple question. "So, Meghan, tell me about your dress." A smile, a pause, silence. Meghan refused to share even a single detail. No color, no design hints, nothing. The Queen was confused. Meghan was aloof, detached, almost as if she were hiding something. According to palace aides, it wasn't just awkward, it was icy. A quiet standoff between the monarch and the future Duchess of Sussex, and it was only tea. Then came the staff complaints, and they came fast. A senior courtier, after just one meeting with Meghan, allegedly called her impossible and entitled. One palace assistant reportedly broke down in tears after a verbal clash. Multiple staff members filed formal HR grievances within weeks. The Queen was alerted. Her first response wasn't anger, it was suspicion. She'd seen this before. With Wallis Simpson, another American divorcee, another outsider. The Queen began keeping notes, quiet inquiries, monitoring reports, cross-checking staff stories. When Meghan heard this, she was livid. Not because the Queen was investigating, but because she'd expected to be protected. From her perspective, she was already a royal. From the Queen's perspective, she hadn't earned it yet. By the time the wedding rolled around, the Queen had one mission: protect the monarchy. And it showed. The seating chart, controlled by Buckingham Palace. The music selection, personally reviewed. The tiara drama. Ah, yes. Meghan wanted to wear a specific emerald tiara from the royal collection, but the Queen said no. The reason? The tiara had uncertain origins, possibly Russian, possibly linked to scandal. Meghan was told she had to choose a different one. She reportedly threw a fit. Harry allegedly shouted, "What Meghan wants, Meghan gets." The Queen responded with 5 words that echoed through the palace. "No, she'll get what she's given." The Queen had drawn her line, and Meghan had crossed it. Behind palace walls, whispers turned into warnings. Prince Philip, blunt as always, allegedly warned Harry. One steps out with actresses, one doesn't marry them. Even Charles was concerned. His aides had started calling Meghan Hurricane Meghan, but the Queen was measured. She'd seen every royal crisis for 70 years. Diana, Fergie, Camilla. Nothing rattled her. Until this, because Meghan wasn't just difficult. She was strategic. She didn't move to London to fade into tradition. She wanted impact. And that's when the Queen began to worry, because Meghan wasn't just questioning the rules, she was redefining them. And to a monarch sworn to preserve them, that was dangerous. Then came the photo. One single photo. In early 2020, the Queen released an image of herself with Prince Charles, Prince William, and young Prince George. 3 heirs, 1 future. Meghan and Harry, not included. That photo, according to royal sources, was intentional. A visual reminder of the monarchy's core, and a message to Meghan: you're not part of it. That week, Harry and Meghan announced they were stepping back, not stepping down, not retiring, just stepping back. But the Queen saw through it. This wasn't a break, it was a rebrand, and her distrust was now complete. After the Oprah interview, the Queen issued a famously short statement. Recollections may vary. Translation: I don't believe everything they're saying. That was the Queen's final word on Meghan. Not angry, not dramatic, just distant, detached. That same month, she reportedly told aides that she had done everything she could. She had extended a hand, offered guidance, provided resources. But Meghan had always been playing her own game. A game the Queen never trusted. Even on her deathbed, the Queen reportedly spoke with courtiers about the future of the crown. Not the Sussexes, not California, just the crown. There was no bitterness, just clarity. She knew the difference between family and duty, and Meghan had blurred those lines far too many times. In the end, it wasn't about race, or celebrity, or even drama. It was about trust. And the Queen, stoic, sharp, and silent to the very end, had made her decision long ago. She never trusted Meghan, and history may have just proven she was right.